Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk and Learn with me, Mary Joycey, a podcast where we dive into human transformation. So, in today's podcast, we'll be looking into intricacies of human relationships and explore how we can rise stronger from our struggles. I'm your host, Mary Joycey, and today we are discussing a fascinating yet complex topic: relationships. The title of my podcast is Distorted Relationships. A Phoenix is Born from Ashes. Now, this is a premier podcast, and it's also the title of my book that I'm working on. You could ask me why I chose this title. I chose this title because I want to explore the multifaceted nature of human connections throughout young and adult life. Picture a phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, this is a powerful image of rebirth and transformation. Just like that mythical bird that we have never seen, we never are able to see how our relationships are going to unfold. As we walk on the path of life, we meet so many people, and our relationships can often go through difficult times that feel like they're burning to the ground. But with the right mindset and tools, we can rebuild and emerge stronger than before. In my work, I delve into the reality of relationships, often navigating challenging phases marked by distortions and misunderstandings. Whether it is in parent child dynamics during adolescence, or romantic partnerships, in marriage, in an affair, or in adulthood, or interactions with technology, and above all, spiritual belief, our relationship with the higher entity. So, by invoking the imagery of the phoenix, the book will encourage readers to recognize the beauty in these struggles and celebrate the transformation that can emerge. It will emphasize the importance of moving on, embracing growth and renewal, rather than moving away from these relationships. Now, some relationships you would have no alternative but to move on and move away to safeguard yourself. But I'm talking about those relationships where you can have a perspective and foster a deeper appreciation for the complexities and richness and build a connection, highlighting that even in the ugliness of that relationship, there lies the potential for rebirth and renewal at any stage of life. So feel free to connect with me at www.maryjoycelifecoach.com if you want a relationship assessment. No relationship, listeners, is perfect. Neither was mine. However, what is perfect is my insight into my relationship, how I want to be connected with others, and how I wish to continue in these relationships, whether it's in professional level or it's personal level, mending each imperfection along the way. Recognizing that flaws are a natural part of any connection, it allows us to approach a relationship with a compassion and understanding that every relationship needs. So by focusing on our journey rather than with an idea that it's an unattainable goal, we can nurture deeper connections and grow together. So everything lies in the perspective that we see. There is even beauty in ugliness. I love the saying, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. It's very true. Have you ever approached a camera lens and how a photographer looks at it and how, say, anybody can take a picture, they say? I would not agree to that. You have to have that beauty in your eye to see that image with a certain perspective grasp that beauty, to grasp that beauty and bring it and portray it out to the outside world. So, what do we mean by distorted relationships? Now, these are connections where misunderstandings and unrealistic expectations or emotional manipulations lead often into situations of conflict and dissatisfaction. Think about a parent child dynamic where a parent is overly controlling. The child may feel stifled, leading to resentment and a breakdown in communication. But by recognizing this distortion and then trying to grow from that learning is the first step towards the transformation. Now, sometimes this parent child relationship can also evolve into overprotection or unrealistic expectations, especially during teenage years. Imagine a teenager who feels they can never meet their parents' high standards, and this can lead to feelings of inadequacy and rebellion. But here is where the phoenix metaphor comes in. When parents acknowledge their expectations and start open dialogues, they can foster independence while maintaining that connection. Social psychology often supports this idea through the concept of reconstructive memory, where individuals can reshape their perceptions of past experiences. By reflecting on these memories, both parents and children can recognize patterns and grow together. So there is a learning concept in everything. It's a constant process of learning. But this is what is important in any relationship where you have that perspective to learn. Don't take anything in a relationship for granted. Encourage your child to express their feelings and options and opinions. Create a safe space for discussion and dialogue, and watch how relationships can transform. A child is an individual, a growing individual. They have their thoughts, they have their ideas, they have their own perceptions. Engage with them. Bring these ideas into a dialogue and grow together in that relationship. Now, next, let's explore romantic partnerships. Now, this could be at any level. Trust issues and emotional manipulation can lead to a lot of pain in any romantic relationships. Consider a couple where one partner feels insecure due to other partner's past relationships. Now, this can often create a cycle of mistrust. The beautiful part is that with effort, couples can break free from these cycles. Now, open communication definitely is a key, but when somebody opens up and accepts that phase of life, shares their fears and insecurities, then that's where the healing process should start. So, according to attachment theory, which very nicely explains to us and emphasizes how early relationships shape our adult connections. I have discussed attachment theory in all my previous podcasts, but this theory is the main foundation of any relationship. Addressing attachment issues can lead to healthier, more secure bonds. And this awareness will allow couples to rebuild their relationships on a more solid foundation. There's a very practical exercise to do this. Set aside time each week for like a check in where you discuss feelings and concerns. Try this, and it can make a huge difference. Now, affairs and betrayals are often a perspective that you can take into a relationship. You might feel that they can be a complete breakdown of trust, or they can also, if you look at it a certain perspective, they can be a good form of building trust. Because many couples sometimes openly share these feelings with their partner. Many couples find themselves at a crossroads after infidelity. And it's a painful realization, but it can also be a turning point because it could be a turning point to rebuild a deeper connection. At the end of the day, as human beings, we are we have come a long way. We have we are in an era of progression at all the levels. So, forgiveness and honesty can lead to a renewed relationship, but it is your perspective in what you want from that relationship that you need to reflect. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche speak to the concept of love of one's fate. Embracing difficult experiences as opportunities for growth allows us to transcend our challenges, much like the phoenix arising from the ashes. If you're navigating this situation, consider counseling. Professional help is there, and it can facilitate open conversations and healing. And these counseling sessions are very safe space. Another dynamic to consider is the relationship between older and younger parents. Difference in parenting philosophies, and these can lead to misunderstandings. An older parent may struggle to accept a younger parent, a more modern approach, a perspective to parenting style. When both sides acknowledge their differences and find a common ground, it opens the door to mutual respect and learning. This dynamic can be seen from parents and then their grandparents analyzing the parenting style. So, the importance of intergenerational communication is a huge research there in social psychology, which shows that shared experiences and open dialogue can bridge gaps between generations, allowing for that mutual growth and understanding. In an era, there used to be a time we called family meetings, where they used to discuss values and expectations. You might have seen family meetings in certain movies. These have actually found to have benefits in creating or in analyzing relationships at various levels. Finally, let's talk about our relationship with technology. especially with chatbots and social media. In a world where virtual interactions can sometimes replace real connections, as I have said before, relationships can feel very distorted. But technology cannot take away the core value of face to face communication. People might lean on chatbots for emotional support or companionship, leading to unrealistic expectations from these interactions. But this unrealistic expectation is going to create a vacuum of emotions, lack of emotions. But definitely, if you use these support systems in a valuable format, it can definitely reduce to a very great extent stress, because there is research in human computer interaction which suggests that chatbots can foster a sense of companionship when they are used appropriately, helping to elevate feelings of loneliness when combined with real life social networks. The key here is to use chatbots as a supplement, not a replacement for genuine human interaction. Set boundaries on your interaction with technology. Use technology for specific tasks, like organizing thoughts or practicing conversations, while ensuring you prioritize real life connections with friends and families. Now, let's turn our focus to perhaps one of the most profound relationships we always had as human beings, our connection with the higher entity or spiritual force. And this relationship can often become as distorted through doubt, fear, or misplaced expectations. Many people feel distant from their spirituality, especially during tough times, leading to a sense of abandonment or confusion. However, when we confront these distortions, we often find a renewed sense of fulfillment. Recognizing our struggles can deepen our understanding and connection to something greater than ourselves. Philosophers like Martin Heidegger discuss the concept of being and our relationship with the world around us. When we acknowledge our struggles within this relationship, we often find a deeper meaning and connection. Try practicing a few minutes of each day in reflection or meditation, allowing yourself to explore your feelings about your spirituality without judgment. This practice, you will notice, will cultivate a more profound connection and fulfillment. So, listeners, in conclusion, distorted relationships are not the end. They can be beginning of something beautiful, like the phoenix. We can arise from our struggles, learning and growing along the way. Remember, whether it's a parent child bond, a romantic relationship, or connections with technology, our relationship with chatbots, or even our spiritual relationship, we have the power to transform and renew. Thank you for joining me today on this podcast where we learn and grow together. Stay tuned for our next episode. Until next time, keep nurturing those relationships and embracing the beauty of transformation. As we conclude today's episode, always remember the sun may set and rise in different parts of the world. But as a coach, I'm always here whenever you need me. Before we wrap up, I want to do a little bit of exercise with you. This will help you to reframe your experiences in a distorted relationship and recognize their strengths and create a vision for a renewed self. What you need for this exercise is just a notebook or a piece of paper, a pen, a quiet space to sit and reflect. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Imagine a warm light surrounding you, providing a sense of safety and comfort. If you're listening to the storm outside, if you're in Ireland, just enjoy that storm, the noise of that storm. Write down your thoughts and feelings about the distorted relationship that you're going through or you had experienced. What specific incidents or patterns contributed to your feelings of distortion? Feel free to express both positive and negative emotions. Ask yourself this question: what did this relationship teach me about myself? What strengths did I discover during this time? Close your eyes and visualize the relationship as a distorted object, like a crumbled piece of paper. Acknowledge its imperfection and how it made you feel. Now imagine transforming that distortion. Visualize the crumbled paper being smoothed out. So, as you do this, write down what positive attributes or lessons emerge from this transformation. Write a small letter to yourself from the perspective of a wise man or a woman, or whatever pronoun you would like to call yourself. I'll call this as a phoenix who has risen from the ashes. And this letter should include affirmations of your strength and resilience, acknowledgement of the pain and lessons learned, a vision for your future and how you intend to thrive. Read this letter aloud, either to yourself or in front of a mirror. Allow the empowering words to resonate within you. Now, write down 3 actionable steps you can take to foster your growth and well being moving forward. These could be related to self care, setting boundaries, or pursuing new interests. Listeners, setting up boundaries is one of a very, very powerful goal. Now, to commit to this goal, choose one of these steps to implement in the coming week. Set a specific date and time to take action. Now, take a few more deep breaths. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Reflect on how this exercise made you feel and the insights you have gained. Remember, just like the phoenix, you have the power to rise from the ashes of past experiences and emerge stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than before. Now, listeners, not everything has to be real. There is a beauty in fantasy, there is a beauty in mythology. It is that beauty that we have to see, embrace. Because when we look at everything with the vision of beauty, it evolves, it transforms beautifully. I will connect with you all in the next episode. Till that time, embrace the beauty within yourself. Thank you.